All right, everyone. How about 3 quick cards and a bottom card with me? I thought it'd be a good way to open the morning here on Tuesday. All right. So this is a straight up energy read. Your sign doesn't matter. I polled the universe again, just talk about what it wants to talk about. You know, maybe what your person's thinking and feeling, maybe the energy that's going on. And again, I get sort of the energy of Uranus going direct, which I polled on the other day. A couple of things about that. Uranus has been in Taurus for a while, since 2018, give or take. It drifted out briefly at part of 2018 back into Aries, I think, and then moved back in. And it's been there since about March of 2019, and it's going to stay there straight up through April of 2026. Uranus sitting in Taurus. Now, Taurus doesn't like change. It's very weird having, the last time I talk a lot about the energy cycle that we're in now being similar to World War II. Well, the last time Uranus was in Taurus was World War II. It heralded in quite a time, okay? So let's put it that way. The Great Depression, World War II, it was in there until about 1942, so it's the earlier section of it. But either way, you know, mid-section of it. That said, Taurus is a sign that does not like change. It likes things to stay the same. We're going to stay here because Taurus is an energy where if change happens, right, the security is threatened and things like that. That's why we're seeing a lot of this with these runners. This cycle, this soulmate cycle began, right, toward the end of 2018, early part of 2019, right about the time, as coincidence would have it, Uranus was moving into Taurus. So this current cycle that we're in. So that said, we see a lot of the runners not wanting to change things because they're afraid of losing security or losing pentacles or, you know, that security blanket we talk about all the time. That's why it comes up. Uranus insists on change. So it's sitting in a sign that doesn't like change, but it insists on change. And it's kind of getting to a point now where it's because of the energies going on around it, where Uranus's voice is louder than Taurus, the sign it's sitting in. Part of the reason for that, and what a lot of astrologers I notice around the web aren't accounting for, is the North Node is sitting in Taurus, the North Node of Destiny. So that amplifies Uranus's desire for change and power for change, okay? So I'm telling you all this so you understand what's going on with the energy and why the month of February, which your readings are coming up next week. I'm going to pull the February readings the 29th through the 31st. Okay, that's when they're on my schedule to do it. February is a really, really powerful, another, but even more powerful North Node influenced month. Destiny, right? In fact, it's so powerful, Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter are getting involved with the North Node in some way. And I'll pull on it, of course, just in the first week of fucking February. I mean, it is some powerful shit. So, with that being said, Uranus is not surprising that Uranus direct showed up here in my little pre-shuffle. I'll just show you the pre-shuffle. You know, like I said, the rubbers hit the road for the change here in 2023 for sure. And I always knew it would happen about this time, but here, watch. Just the surface energy, the star, right? Star, destiny. There's that North Node energy. There's that energy of everything is, you know, the divine timing. The energy is right. It's like a real energetic storm going on around things right now, but it's a good storm for changing things. Across from that is the Chariot. Strong forward movement. It's powerful. Underneath that is the Three of Cups, crossed by Justice. Okay? This is about the flow of emotion, the flow of opening up, seeing the value, speaking about the change you want. It's a celebration energy crossed by a energy of balanced energy. Balanced energy to us in the 3D is happiness. Underneath that is the Hierophant, and underneath that is the Sun. So I got the Sun crossing the Hierophant. This is the epitome of a perfect storm right here. It's almost all major arcana, and the one minor arcana card that's here is one of the cards that I say is almost major arcana. So it's pretty much all major arcana here of what's going on. And that's what I'm talking about with February in particular. And that energy is kind of, energy always bleeds in and around. There's always a lead-in space and a lead-out space. So we've got a lot of North Node activity with planets like Neptune, Saturn, and Jupiter all interacting with it in the first week of February, which is helping Uranus convince Taurus, where the North Node is, that it's time for change. And that's what's happening here. It's especially what's happening with your runners. If I'm to pull on this with the incoming energy, I get the sun bookending the star. I get someone here who sees this is one of the most important cards here, sees the value in now speaking about what they're unhappy about from emotion, from a point of pure emotion. No thought involved, like I told you in the Uranus direct reading. There doesn't appear to be any real thought about it, because when they think about it, it's like with anything. If you think about something too long, you'll find too many reasons not to do it. So that's why that Eight of Swords really jams us up in this soulmate cycle. We get it a lot with these runners. They see the value in opening up now. All right, and again, there's a lot of with the Hierophant and Justice so close here. There's a lot of marriages that are going to come to an end under this energy, even energies outside the soulmate cycle. All right, so divorce lawyers better get themselves ready for a new swimming pool. I'll tell you that. Let's go. So part of my job is to tell you about the energy around you. I just did. It's very important to understand it. All right, because it'll help you make the changes you want to make. Let's pull 3 cards and a bottom card here. Let's see what the universe wants to tell us. That was just the surface energy. That was literally just me asking the universe what's going on right now in the energy. That's it. I mean, it's a massive pull. It really is. Let's shuffle the deck. Let's do it. Give me 3 cards and a bottom card, universe. What do you want to tell us? What's going on here? I don't know if it's going to talk about your runner or you or both. I have no idea. I don't know. Okay. All right. That's it. It's like, stop shuffling, asshole. Okay. It does call me asshole. It always does. High Priestess is the bottom. I mean, another major arcana, for fuck's sake. High Priestess is the overall energy, the environmental energy crossing the center card I'm going to pull, whatever that'll be. I mean, there's just so much energy. What's fueling this? 4 Swords. Again, pure emotion. The universe is talking about the environmental energy right now is pure intuition and emotion. And the incoming energy, you've got runners that are doing the opposite of what they normally do. I've got a brain that's literally shut down and just follow the third eye. Follow it. Just all this. It's amazing. Let's see what's going on here. Let's pull 3 cards. Another major arcana, the Hermit. I got the Hermit and the High Priestess here. Again, there's a lot of soul in the energy right now. There's a lot of destiny at play. That's a strong word. It's a word a lot of people throw around. But it's about the universe not allowing, the energy around us not allowing bad turns and things. The clear path is crystal clear. It's real easy. It's like you're parked at a crossroads and you look down one side. You got 2 options. You look down one side and there's, dangerous gangs down there. There's fires in the street. There's people shooting guns. And then you look down the other road and it's clear, nice rainbows and unicorns. I mean, it's that obvious, all right, with this kind of energy around. What's the center card? High Priestess crossing it. 10 of Cups. See? It's what I just told you. This could be a whole lot of fairyland. Well, I don't make this shit up. I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. It's what I just got done saying about the 2 roads, one with gangs and one with rainbows. It's an obvious choice. This could be a whole lot of roses and rainbows. There's an obvious choice to get to the real 10 of Pentacles, where it's real, it's solid. Or 10 Cups even. Sorry, it's 10 Cups. But I called it 10 Pentacles because it could be the same thing. Either card would have been perfect there. Doesn't matter. But my Freudian slip is important. Again, somebody here is not, as I said in the pre-shuffle, not happy with what their 10 Pentacles is. That's basically their life. They thought they had it, but they don't have it. And what you've got right now is a clear path. Someone literally everything I said in the Uranus direct reading in a strong way is coming out here. Somebody with just following it, The Hermit's awake, knows that it's bad, time to fix it. What's red with the Hermit? The Page of Swords. Oh, that's very nice. This happens all the time. This is a common energy. The Hermit is red with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords in this context is about disappointment. There's a strong, and for the, I'll talk about both. I'll talk about you and the runners, okay? For the runners, there's a strong element of disappointment because the soul is awake and the energy right now. But there's an urge to fix it along with it. But a lot of them, spying energy might pick up things along those lines. A lot of them are giving themselves a lot of thought. There's a lot of shame within the energy, and I've been talking about that lately. Now, where that pertains to you, I'm going to encourage you, since you're listening, to not get caught in this. Okay? If there's anything you're disappointed with yourself about if you're kicking yourself about something or whatever it is, don't do it. Don't entertain it. Just allow this energy of change to happen around you. Like I said, Uranus and Taurus. Taurus doesn't want to change. Uranus insists on it. The power right now, the energy around right now is making Uranus all powerful. That urge for change, all powerful. And the bravery to do it is there. Okay? Because underneath it all is Jupiter running through Aries. All right? Very powerful month we've got coming up. Very powerful energies here. Okay? This can mean communication is coming your way. I could read that in a layer of energy. It's there. It is from a page, and it's from someone who I would classify as being in Three of Swords energy, which jives with a lot of the readings I've done lately, as you know if you've been watching. I'm going to pull on this Page of Swords here. Let's talk about the little barn owl. Let's go. And don't give me a reading on my local neighborhood barn owls universe. I'm sure they're fine. Although it's probably a little cold for them right now. They're like, what the fuck? But aside from that, let's pull on the Page of Swords. Let's see what the universe wants to tell us about the Page of Swords here. What's okay? All right. I haven't looked. I'm just sorting the cards out. Yeah. What did I say? I read the energy first, then I pull the cards. All right. I tell you that. It's not a party trick. It's me. It's the Four of Cups. What did I say? There's a lot of the environmental energy around this. There's a lot of disappointment. Why? Because the easiest way to put it is the Hermit is awake. The inner soul is awake. Ting, light goes off. What I thought was my happiness is fake, and now it's somebody who wants to change that. Oh, there's so much destiny in play with all those major arcana cards. All the major arcana cards we've gotten in this reading. This little tiny reading. Just that pre-shuffle. Unreal. Four Cups here. Again, somebody's not sure. It's where it pertains to communication, since I know a lot of you are interested in that. Somebody's not sure whether they even still have a shot with you. And they're letting some disappointment get the better of them about that. That's why I told you, don't let any disappointments you have get the better of you. You control the energies around you. If you start letting the energies control you, you end up like your runner. All right? You control the energies. And I'm going to write a blog article about free will very soon. It's going to explain a lot of that to you. All right? But in a nutshell, free will is an energy. You have the free will to decide what energies affect you or what don't. And free will is an energy that all of you, everybody, is an expert on. It's an energy we all know how to use. It's just we sometimes use it wrong. All right? And we let doubt get the better of us. Your runners are letting doubt get the better of them. All right? It's sort of a woe is me type energy. But that's okay. The energy for change is there. It's not enough to stop them. It's just enough to make them a little weird if they show up, for lack of a better way to put it. What's on top here? Yeah, Queen of Swords, a little cold if they show up. Yeah. Again, these are, at their core, these are ego-based people, these runners. All right? Nobody with a big ego likes their ego hurt. They don't. That's something they try to avoid. There's some cold truths on one layer of energy. There's some cold truths that are coming to light that are causing this person to be disappointed. But somebody here realizes that they rejected the wrong cup. Okay, I can tell you that. The net result, because this is all communication here, is somebody showing up maybe a little bit cold. Okay, just a little bit. It's a defense mechanism, for lack of a better way to put it. This card here is red with the Four of Cups. Is that right? Is that right? It's an upside down Knight of Pentacles. Well, I checked to make sure I didn't have my deck upside down, and I don't. Red with the 4. Again, what did I say? It's slowing them down. They're getting stuck in disappointment, not sure if again, you will even accept the cup. They know they rejected the wrong cup. There's all this soul energy around. We don't have like 8 swords here or anything. We just have an energy. The Knight of Pentacles reversed is an interesting energy. It depends how it reflects off it. By the card meaning, it means somebody's not coming, kind of a thing like that. All this, or it can mean it's speeding up. It depends on the context of the reading. In this particular case here, it's more a case of the universe is saying it's not enough to stop them, but it is slowing them down. It is sort of making them kind of pause and turn a little bit. It's making them a little bit cold, if you will. I mean, there's no other way to put it. This Queen of Swords kind of says it all. There's a lot of hard truths coming to light. Deer in the headlights kind of energy. We could look at it that way. It might stop a few of them from coming in. I have to be honest. That is in the energy. What's red with the Queen of Swords? Yeah. Fakey McFakerman, the Queen of Wands. Again, there's hard truths. This is just explaining. I already explained it to you. I already told you. At their core programming, these runners are ego-based people. Ego-based people don't like their ego hurt. Remember I said that. Rewind, I did. This is explaining the Queen of Swords. Why are they coming in cold? Well, it's because of that ego. It's because this person they're facing some hard truths here. The Hermit tells hard truths. I'm a hermit. I tell hard truths. I say all kinds of things on these videos that people don't want to hear. I trigger people like a Gatling gun with this channel, and I always have. And I always will. I won't have it any other way. But at the end of the day here, somebody here would love to pretend this away, but they can't. They can't do it. There's a strong urge here. You know, there's a lot of disappointment and regret that's setting in. And that always, I wish I see a little of it here with the Queen of Swords. I wish I saw some anger here. I don't know. But because anger is really what's going to cause that them to jump in that change energy and move a little faster. They got to get out of this disappointment with themselves and this worry about the ego getting hurt and things like that. Underneath fuel in this 4 of Cups, I thought I'd look, is an Ace of Cups. And again, I talked earlier in this reading about how Uranus insists on change. Taurus, the sign it's sitting in, likes to keep things the same. You know, if we change, we risk the security, we risk this, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll tell you what, this Ace of Cups is ready to blow, okay? Somebody here knows, I already told you that they rejected the wrong thing. I get that. But this here is the insisting on change. Even the coloring is right to represent Uranus on a high level, you know? Change is going to happen whether this person likes it or not. It's best if they just deal with it. I'm going to, real quick here, I'm going to talk to the Hermit. All right, let's just clarify the Hermit. We won't bother with the 10 of Cups. There's no real need. I already explained that quite a bit in the pre-shuffle when I talked about Justice and the Hierophant. Definitely not happy with what they got. But I want to see what the Hermit is encouraging here. Let's talk to the Hermit. Let's go have a chat with the Tortoise here. Let's see what we got. Tell me about the Hermit. What's going on? Why's the Why's the Hermit here? I laugh. The bottom card is the 9 of Cups. Yeah, you know, the Hermit's like, hey, go get it. But this disappointment can stop you. It can make us feel weak. It can make us feel small. It applies to you, it applies to them, but I've given you the advice to you control this energy. All right? They don't know that. And this energy is kind of controlling them a little bit. It's making them a little cold. No, I don't want to go toward this. Fuck it. Turn that Knight of Pentacles upside down. I don't want to go, fuck it. I don't want to go towards this. I'm fine just the way I am, but they're not. And this Hermit is much louder than any card over here. It's more powerful energy than any card over here. It's very loud. When the Hermit talks, you fucking listen. It's like E.F. Hutton, right? Remember that old commercial? My broker is E.F. Hutton. Everybody in the restaurant turns and listens. The whole restaurant goes quiet. Well, yeah, the hermit is fucking E.F. Hutton in that analogy. It really is. It's urging them, the environmental energy around them. It's cold air urging them to put a coat on. All right? If it's cold, you put a coat on. This person feels stupid because they don't like wearing coats, but too bad. Too bad. What's on top? Change. The hermit is urging change. That's the death card. Come on now. Why am I your second favorite? Look what I just did. I'm not getting egg in my face today. It is. It's encouraging change. I told you at the beginning of this, Taurus doesn't like change, right? Uranus insists on it. Uranus is a more powerful energy right now. The energy of change, Uranus, is a more powerful energy right now. All this stuff here is, well, maybe I can leave things the same, you know, I'm fine, I'm cold to this, I don't like these hard truths coming to light, I rejected the wrong cup, 4 of cups, disappointment. Meanwhile, in the background is an Ace of Cups that's about to explode. All right, so they're not going to win. That's why I say some of them, this might stop them, right? Their ego might get in the way. I won't lie to you. But for the vast majority of them, this is not strong enough to stop them. They come in anyway. All right? And we've been talking about that. That's been coming up. What's red with the 9 of Cups over here on the Hermit side? The rest of the cards almost don't matter, but they do jive with things here. King of Swords. Again, what I told you. Go and get this. Look, even from the owl perspective, I told you this isn't very strong. This is stronger. This is a great horned owl. He's a fuck of a lot bigger than this little barn owl here. Okay? This is a big bird. All right, I'll tell you that. So even from just the owl perspective. And by the way, the King of Swords, the great horned owl, this is a snowy owl, sticking with owls. These are the same size, these two birds. All right? But this one here got horns. We'll put it that way. It's this right here, it's this one here is red with this energy. This one here is red with 9 of Cups based off Hermit energy. So it's much stronger. All right? The king in this case, and I'm not being sexist, the king in this case is stronger than the queen in this particular respect. This energy here, it's different hunting ground. We could look at it that way if we want to stick with the owl theme. This owl hunts more in Arctic type environments, snow and things like that, catching rabbits in the snow, if you will. This one here, more of a forest hunter, okay, sort of thing like that, catching rats and mice. The terrain is this. It's stronger. This owl doesn't survive very well in this terrain. He's not really built for it. Okay, again, all the universe is saying is this is weak energy. All right, but this is where they're sitting right now. And you might be sitting in this too, with some hard truths coming to light for you. Except I've told you, you control this energy. Don't let this energy control you. All right, keep that in mind. It's very easy for them to let this energy control them, because the moment an ego-based person gets at all disappointed in themselves, well, we can't have that. That hurts the ego. They shut it down. All right. This is hard to ignore. That Uranus energy is strong. The energy of change is strong. It's really a change or die kind of thing. Just like if it was 40 below zero outside and you refuse to put a coat on. Put a coat on or die. You know, it really is that kind of, the urge is very strong. What's red with the death card? Wow. Another major arcana. There's a lot of major arcana, a high priestess was crossing here, major arcana. I mean, all of this is really strong. It's the moon. Again, fear of the unknown a little bit here. All right. There's a lot of stuff here with this person that's coming up, and that's why they're getting cold. These hard truths I keep talking about. This card is red with the death card here, which is representing change in this particular case. This is, how do I phrase this? Give me a crossing card on the moon. I'm having a hard time expressing the feeling that's on that. The moon, this person has a lot of stuff that's in the shadows that they don't like to look at. I'm just going to pull, just give me a crossing card on the moon. Maybe it'll help me explain it a little bit. Because it's not a traditional read on the moon with this energy of change here. All right, it isn't. on some level indicating during this phase of the moon, we have, the Eight of Pentacles. There's how do I put this? Okay, I'm going to have to phrase it the same way I phrased it, I think, in the Uranus reading, with this Eight of Pentacles that keeps coming up all over the goddamn place. Somebody here is working frantically to get to the Nine of Pentacles. In other words, they're actually working on this stuff that's coming up from the depths. They don't want to, but they're working faster because they feel like they have to. And all the while, there's an energy of disappointment in themselves around it and the need to protect the ego and things like that. Net, if I were to look at this read and say there's a strong aspect of communication here, I would say somebody shows up a little bit cold and a little bit confused. All right? They're under an energy of being disappointed in themselves, but they're going to try to save face a little bit. Okay? They fear the crap out of this change. There's no doubt about it. Okay? They do. It's just the way it's coming out. Let's talk to the witches real quick. Let's see if there's anything else. But randomly at the bottom is the Three of Cups, by the way. See if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you. Yeah, this is par for the course for what's going on right now. There's no doubt about it. And I would pay close attention to what I said in that Uranus direct reading, because I couldn't, even the next day, polling the universe for the energy, I can't get rid of that energy. It's like if the universe had a newspaper, it's the front page story. Uranus finally goes direct. And just at the right moment. See, that's the thing. There's a lot of divine timing, right? We saw the star already in the pre-shuffle. There's a lot of divine timing here. Uranus is going direct at just the right moment, causing the rubber to hit the road on the change. But just at a moment where we're going into a month where the first week of the month sees a whole lot of North Node activity, North Node being in Taurus, where Uranus is, and surrounded by powerful energies. Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter. Actually, I think the correct order is Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter. And it's a lot. It's just like the perfect moment, and that's why it's a front page story for the universe. Uranus going direct. It's a very important reading. I was glad to see it got a good number of views because it's a very important reading. I don't know. I'm not pulling on the Ten of Cups. I'm just seeing what the universe wants to tell you. Give me one card, a crossing card. I don't know if it has anything to do with the Ten of Cups or not. I have no idea yet. Yep, it does. I'm sorry, it does. It's the Wheel of Fortune, and it's crossing the Ten of Cups, and it's time for that to change. Again, an energy of change, a 180-degree turn. Your person, in spite of what the universe is saying, with this being the environmental energy around this Ten of Cups, as I poll the universe one more time, what the universe is saying is, in spite of this, everything we talked about here, this person definitely wants to make some changes. Wants. Okay? I believe it's more needs to make some changes. With the Eight of Pentacles crossing the moon, the fear isn't stopping them. I feel that worker working frantically to get liberated, to get to the Nine of Pentacles. All right? May not like the job, but it's the only job he or she has, and they're going to have, it's their only route to the Nine of Pentacles. All right? What's on top? So I got the Wheel of Fortune. Underneath that is the Knight of Wands. There is an energy of bravery here. This is more for me representing that Jupiter and Aries energy that's underneath everything. It's causing people to be a little bolder than they would normally be. Speaking of which, I'll pull the top card and I'll tell you something else about the energy of February, although we'll talk about it in the February readings. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles crossing is the, well, it would go like this. It would go Four of Pentacles and then the Wheel of Fortune on it. So again, fear is not enough to stop them. This is fear and holding back. We talked about it here with the Eight of Pentacles crossing, saying the same thing. Where they were holding back, they're not anymore. So I think there's some big, if your person's married, there's some big conversations coming. Okay? And I think, I'll explain it this way. The energy of February in particular, as we move out of January into February, that energy I talk about with 2023, where fortune favors the brave, it really comes in. Okay? And that it's very important to understand that underneath all of this is Jupiter in Aries, causing a boldness. These changes are divinely guided. We could tell by all the major arcanas that represent it, right? The pre-shuffle, and on this side, on the hermit side, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, all of that. And a major arcana that was originally our overall environmental energy of this reading. This is major arcana, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, twice in a row, a major arcana card crossed the Ten of Cups. So we're working past fear. Fortune favors the brave. Okay? You take some chances. It's a time to take some chances. It requires a leap of faith on all of our parts, including your person. But this row had to come out. This is who your person is. And I said it before this card came out. They're basically fakey McFakerman. They pretend it doesn't matter. They go for the ego-based King of Wands type energy, Burger King, gotta have it their way. It's all here. All right? And so they're very disappointed in themselves, but ego-based people can't have that. That's when they shut down and go cold. I don't think this person could shut down in this energy. That's the problem. It's 40 below zero. You could say you don't want to put a coat on all you want. I don't wear coats. You don't wear coats. It's 40 fucking below outside. Fahrenheit. So it's fucking bite-ass cold. You got to wear a coat. You know, your person doesn't normally deal well with this. This is normally an energy that would shut them down. In this case, they're behaving differently. The energy of change is very strong. And for reasons I've explained, and I'll explain it again in the February readings, which are very, very North Node based. Whole fucking month. And I'll pull on all of it. I love pulling on the North Node. And I got a great opportunity in February to really dig into it. All right. That being said, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right. I hope you make some changes. I hope you go with this energy. And if you're disappointed in yourself about anything, stop it. All right. Control that energy. Take anything you did wrong. It's a lesson. Take it, process it, push that aside, and move forward. All we have is the present moment. No guarantee of the future, and the past can't be fixed. Okay? You can't go back. So this person needs to realize that, but really they need to put their ego down, and I think the energy of change is much stronger. All right? It's very, very powerful. It came up here a day after the Uranus direct reading. So pay attention to that Uranus direct reading for sure. It's very important as we move into February. Okay? That said, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. All right. Good luck.